You've probably heard of the term vibe coding, and maybe you thought it's just a cool way to design UIs, pretty screens, fancy gradients, and some nice fonts. But what if I told you that vibe coding isn't just aesthetic? It can actually be powerful and useful. You can build apps that solve real world problems, automate tasks, and even pull out data from APIs or databases. In this video, I'm going to show you how vibe coding can go from vibes only to problem solving mode. We'll actually connect a beautiful front end to a real backend, and you'll see how your stylish app can actually store and retrieve data from a database, trigger automation flows, integrate with API like WhatsApp and Google Calendar, and become your very own productivity tool. We all have ideas, tons of them. Some stay in our heads, some make it to sticky notes, and others live forever in some messy Google Sheet. But what if I told you that the sheet could actually become a web app? So in this video, I'll build a lightweight functional web app that manages my entire team's workflow. And the only database powering it is a single Google Sheet. Okay, no fancy backend, no complex data setup, just vibes, logic, and of course a webhook. Okay, so there's an automation channel, and we'll teach you how to automate your web apps. Okay, so let's get into it. So we'll be building a task manager, basically idea and task manager. I'm building a web app to visualize and manage my ideas and tasks from a Google Sheet, right? So we are building a web application to visualize and manage the workflow that is stored in a Google Sheet. So what does this include? All the data is stored in a Google Sheet, and this is the Google Sheet link that I'm gonna be sharing. And this is how the logic works. So initially anything can be registered as an idea or a task. So this is the starting point, and this can be another starting point. These are raw unassigned points, and when an idea is assigned to someone, it becomes a task. Okay, so there's a person responsible for it, but however an idea no one is responsible for. Okay, so and when a task is given a deadline, it automatically becomes a thing to do. Okay, so whenever you have time for it, you can assign the task for that day. Okay, so once a task is given, it becomes a deadline, it becomes an active item on the to-do list, and is assigned to a day where we have space for additional tasks. Okay, so let's just remove this. Maybe it might be too complicated. Okay, so all the active items are on a to-do list. I also want to see how many hours of work each employee has for the day. So that will allow me to gauge as a manager as to how many hours of free time do they have. Okay, so when a task is completed, it is automatically removed from the active list. And whenever I add a new idea, a task, or a deadline, it can be added using this webhook. So yeah, that's about it, and let's go for it. So we'll be using a app called Bolt.ai. We also have Lovable, but for some reason I prefer Bolt. So let's go for it. So I have put on my prompt, and let's see what it's thinking. So as you can see, within Bolt itself, it's telling you exactly what it's doing, so you actually have an idea of what's happening, and you can see the code. If you're a developer, you'll definitely understand all of the code here. Okay, this is a web app, but you can also export it as a Android app using Android Studio, or a Apple iOS app. You can release it on Play Store by paying the $25 and so on. But I believe using the web apps for free and using it on your browser is just equally effective, until unless you are making a consumer facing app. If you're making a an app for your company to use, for your employees to use, a web app is the best solution to go for. So as you can see, this is the task list that I have added. So that's given us the basic UI of it. However, it failed to connect to the Google Sheet. So let's try and connect it to the Google Sheet again, so that it actually takes up these tasks. So since it's not being able to get the data directly, I'm asking it to download it as a CSV and use the data. So I think that should work. Instead, you can also use the Google Sheets API, but I feel this should do the trick. So we know the workload of each employee. Each employee has 2 tasks. That's correct. There you go. Samiksha 2 tasks. I have 2 tasks. Bhavishya has 2 tasks. As you can see, 2, 2, and 1. That's correct. So this is correct. I cannot see any upcoming deadlines. Now let's tell guy again. There you go. It's been assigned. So also anything that's an idea should not have a deadline or an assignee. So no assignee on Ashik. No. Where's the deadline? No deadline. So, and if it's a task, it has a deadline. If it's to do, it's now if it's a task, it does not have a deadline. It just has a thing. So let's refresh. Okay. There you go. So now you know key any idea does not have a this thing. So you can edit, you can select the assignee, you can select the date, and you can save it. Also, I'm not seeing all the details here. Okay, so let's just ask it to visualize all of it. Say okay, I don't see any deadlines on the dashboard. When I click to edit an idea or a task, I want it to show the entire form to fill the Google Sheet. Alright, so basically when I instead of this I want this right here. So status, assigned to priority, deadline, estimated hours, category, all of these fields are taken in and put here. So okay, let's just tell Bolt, yeah, I want to show the entire form. That's it. Don't use the term Google Sheet. Does not like it. Okay, I'll fix both issues. So let's see what happens. You also want these to act as filters, maybe, just so it does not show everything, just, maybe it can stay as a dashboard and this can be like this. Right, if this is done, I'll also request for a calendar view. Maybe a calendar view would really help here. Let's see. Come on. All right, here you go. That's nice. Great. Let me just see. Okay. When I edit it, okay, great. The whole form comes up. It's mixing up the title and the description. So let me just. You are mixing the title and the description. Title is this. And description is column of sheet. You are using this as the title. Okay. So now it will basically fix that error and then we should be good to go. Then we'll get into make and understand how these automations are being triggered and the sheet is being updated. So let's look at the different cases of automation right off the then we'll get into make and understand how these automations are being triggered and the sheet is being updated. So let's look at the different cases of automation right off this. Okay, here you go. Great. So now when you edit titles, great. We don't have a deadline, we don't have a assignee. So when I add this person, okay, cancel. So now you're sort of going along the right way. Still not completely there, but let me just show you how the webhook works. So this is the webhook that we had copy pasted into the prompt, the initial prompt that we had given. This is where you can see it, right? So now I want this webhook to get triggered with some information. So let's say if I fill something up, whatever, it's an idea, it's assigned to myself, next 4 hours, and whatever category is social, right? So now just 1 second. All right. I think it took the webhook. Let me just let's copy this webhook again. Since we are coding so much, I think it forgot the initial webhook that I had given. So I've shared the webhook again. It gave me a dummy webhook for no reason, and it's just adding like unnecessary things to the app. I'll just remove these. Okay. Great. So it is hopefully doing something. Let's try it on full screen again. Workflow. Let's add a task. It's still loading. So AB, VABA. Shake. I don't want a deadline. I want estimated hours of whatever 2. Category is say social. And when I add this item, this webhook should go. Yes. So this webhook has been successfully determined, and we can now proceed to adding the task list. So now say I want to add a row when we create a new task, right? So whenever a new task is created, we add a row. So let's choose the spreadsheet ch task list. This is the one. So now sheet name is sheet 1. Table contains headers, yes. Here you go. So now the value, so this is the ID, this is the title, this is the description, this is the status of the task, this is the assigned to, is the assignee, Deadline is where's the deadline? Created at estimated hours. So I think it's messing up created at and estimated hours. So priority. Then estimated hours. Category. This created date. That's if it's completed, yes or no, right? So far we've got this. Let's save it. So now let's run it once. So now basically when I add a task here, it should actually add it to the entire flow. So let's refresh this. Okay, so we have 5 tasks. This is 5 things. So what I wanted to do is become 6 things. So say A B A B B A B A. That's me. Estimated hours is 2. Oh, I had not added a deadline. So let's see if I add a deadline, what happens. Category is social. So now if I add this item, it should go through, and that's a success. So here you can see there's a 6th item that has come up with a new ID. It's a random ID, and it has filled it up. It looks great. Things that are missing are the link and the deadline. Link and deadline is what's missing. So these are the 2 fields that we'll have to take care of. So this is for a new task. I will add a router here. Let's say I'll rename this, calling it new task created. And then I'll add another row for the update. Right, so let's just clone this and just get here and get rid of this. Okay, so actually we need to update a row. Okay, so I want to update a row every time I save something. So yeah, the current problem that we're facing is we haven't identified the row. So we would like the row number. Okay, so within Bolt we will just need the row number for each task when it is sent to the webhook. Is this what they're asking for? I want to update a row. I want the row number, right? So yeah, that's what I want. I will let it run. Okay, shut up. Save changes, save anyway. Okay, let's just try running at once. I know. Let's try running at once and need a row for each task we sent to the webhook along with other details. Let's just okay, let's stop this. Let's disable this root for now till the time I get the data rolling. So I'm still waiting for it to add the row number to the webhook data, and once that is added, I think we'll be able to update the task. So basically the two distinction here is one would be without a row number, one would be with a row number, I guess. Yeah. So when you're creating a new task, you don't need a row number. Let's see if it's done. Alright, there's the issue here. Since none of these are our issues, I think it should just get resolved by itself. So just waiting. There you go. Great. But somehow updated my ideas to 30. Let's see what is wrong with it. Let's see if we can just go back. I will copy the link again. Okay. Now let's see if it is actually taking an say this is the workflow. I added this. Say I say category as social. And I save these changes. Alright, great. The webhook has been triggered. Let's see what happened here. It just sent this empty webhook with absolutely no data. So yeah, so each of the updates, so here's the row number, we got it, and it's coming as a collection. So instead of a collection, we'd want it to come as individual values. So I will just when sending the update data, send them as individual variables to the webhook. We're doing this just to make the operations for make easier, or else it'd be a slightly longer operation, as we have to break this into smaller variables and utilize the data accordingly. So instead of that, we will be using what we already know. So this is the row number. Based on that, it will go. Here is row number 3. Okay, ID is 2, row is 3. Okay, right. This is row number 3, ID is 2. That's correct. Send them as individual webhooks while sending the updated data. That's correct. So let's see what happens. Once this is ready, we will send the data again, and we'll delete all this dummy data. So in one case we want a new row to be created, and the other case we want to update the same row that exists. So I think there you go. Okay, so let's see if I change this. Given a date, category is again, let's say social, and I will have to run this and save changes. Alright, there you go. Okay, let's see what came. Okay, so this is the bundle. Let's say action equals update. So whenever action equals update, it will come here and link. Shit. Okay. So whenever action is equal to update, it will come here. And then I need to choose the file ch task list. There you go. So this is just updating the file with the row number. Here you go, row number is here, and ID is ID, title is title, description is description, status is status, assigned to is assignee, deadline is deadline, estimated created date, created at, tags, categories, then we have tags, categories, then we have priorities, notes, hours to complete, priority, notes and hours to complete, if estimated hours. Yeah, I think that's it. So now whenever we do update something, it will go here. When we create a new task, it'll go here. So let's just name this ch task list app. Now let's try again. Let's delete this unnecessary one. So here you go. I want to edit this. So far none of the changes have actually been done because the automation is not complete. So now I'll actually update what we are actually writing. Social. Now we can save the changes. Hope it's on. Yeah. So when we save changes, it should go here. It went both sides. Okay. So it did update the task, I believe so, with the task correct. No. It did update, but we don't want it to be going here. So if action is not equal to update, okay, so here you go. Now the filters are ready. Let's do it again. Let's change this date to, only one thing will change, to 35, and this social XX. Okay, and I changed this to Ashik. So what we are expecting is 1200 words, this one. So here Bhavishya would change to Ashik, and what is the other one? Category would remain same. Okay. 31st/7 is the deadline. Let's see what's here. Deadline 31st/7. It's on 1st. Okay, I've changed it to 31st. I hope that helps. Estimated hours is 2. Here estimated hours is 1. Okay, let's just do that again. So now we should see it going here. That's great, and it should have updated. Changed to Ashik. The deadline has changed. It's become 31st. Great. So this has been updated, and whenever we create a new task, it will. So when you create a new task, say Ashik to build web app. Okay, then let's add a task. Ashik builds web app, task manager. This is fine. Ashik, this is whatever runner. Can choose the date in the past. Category is, let's say, marketing. Okay, so now this on should go. So when I add the item, it will add it here. Okay, some data was not processed, so now it will get processed. I hope we'll be able to see it. Okay, got it. So all of this has changed because I made a change to the webhook description. Status assignee, deadline, category, priority, estimated hours. There you go. So now the app should work perfectly. Let's give it another shot. So when I'm adding a new Ashik builds web app, yeah, this one, this is whatever, this is whatever, it's marketing, right? So now when we add the item, hopefully it goes and it creates a new item. There you go. Yeah, Ashik builds web app. So now when you load this task builder and you refresh the data, it will still show you all of the upcoming tasks. Okay, so it will show the new tasks that have been created or anything that has been updated. So now you have basically all your tasks in a very well arranged manner. Okay, so this is how it goes. So we have a to do thing. I would love to be able to drag and drop, but yeah, like we do in Notion, but this is also good enough. So say I also want a calendar wise view, right? So now that we are done with the automation part, I want a Let's make the app look nicer. So remove, improve the design of the app, name of app, idea and task manager. Then remove connected to Google Sheets, remove webhook active, remove from the app header. Okay. So we want those two things removed. Add a calendar view of all tasks and ideas. All tasks and ideas. Also add a filter. And here's the calendar view. Hopefully, here you go. So still few things required. I think it is only filtering it by I have just two tasks, 31st and 1st. Yeah, there you go. So 31st July and 1st July is when I have my tasks. So those are two tasks showing according to the deadline, and I can just add a few more deadlines and see what happens. I just refresh. There's June, there's July. Got one. So these were created in August. Okay, there you go. So these are the different dates for the August task, and we can see what status they're in. I would also want this to be clickable so that I can edit it right here. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. So I think this more somewhat ready. I think the other changes that we can do is, like I said, make all of these clickable. I would also want the completed the workload from the to-do list. The workload from the to-do list has to show up here. That's another addition I would add. And also it should automatically shift between ideas, task and to-do list if something is already mentioned. So I think, yeah, So I think that's about it. So this is a general way how you would build a web app, and there's still a few errors with it, but I don't think we should extend this call. And the other errors I would point out is the completed. So once a task is completed, I want to send a webhook. So let's just do it. Once a task is completed, I also want to send all data to a webhook. Number 2 is I want the edit form to open when we click on a task in the calendar view. And number 3 would be I want the employee workload to reflect the number of hours. This is a total of all the to-do tasks. Of the estimated hours, that's what you call it, right? Hours required to complete. Hours required to complete. All the to-do tasks for the current day, for the present day, so that I understand what is their workload for today. Okay, so this would show what tasks are coming up, and also what is it, how many hours are you working, or how many hours of work do you have. So let's give this changes. So now this would indicate that when we complete a task, it is again going into a separate webhook. So I would add another one here that is updating the row. So let's just duplicate this, clone, and disconnect it here. This one is if the action is update, so if the action is completed or something. Let's see what it sends when we complete a task. Let's just read once what it's doing. Okay. So now when a task is completed, let's see what happens. Say I've completed this task. Did the webhook go? Yes, the webhook went and it updated the row. We just completed CRM automation video idea. Completed. There you go. So now it is also completing the task that we so when you click on complete, it'll just complete those tasks. So let's just complete everything, there you go. So now we don't have any tasks, we've completed everything. We've completed all 7 tasks, and generally we should have everything completed. Amazing. So there is some data errors, but I think we should relook at them and just. So since this is dummy data, I will delete the dummy data. Okay, so after discussing with my team, I have I've added a few changes to the task list. So this is the final list that you can see. This is the dashboard, this is the workflow, this is the calendar. So as you can see, I have a bunch of to-do things. These are actual tasks that need to be completed. So now just to show you again the final usage of the app. So what's showing is how much work is left for Samiksha today. So Samiksha is doing a total of 9 hours, while her working capacity is only 8 hours, while I am doing 5 hours and Twinkle is so far doing only 1 hour. This, of course, the data is not complete, but however we've just started adding the data, and you can see how that helps you. Secondly, this is the workflow. Within the workflow, we can see how this works. We can, of course, edit any item and update like we did. And also we have the calendar view. Within the calendar view, we'll see all the different tasks. You can just click one to edit, and you can also see the upcoming task for this month. Okay, again, you can click to edit. So yeah, I think that's about it. This is the idea and task manager that we'll be using, and I hope you can build something like this for yourself by watching this video. So if you like the build, please like and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel for similar videos in the future. I will be posting a video every week. I hope you guys can make the most of it. Thank you so much.